Hey guys, it's me, Christina, and I have a book review of A Cord, Thorn, and Roses by J Maas. I think that's how you say it. So this is the first book in the series, and I love this book. It was so good. Like, everyone talks about how, like, J Maas writes, like, these amazing books, and I have, like, the Throne Glass series, and I was like, I want to start this first because I love Beauty and the Beast. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I loved it, and it's, like, so amazing. It was, like, I just loved it, and it's about this girl named Farah, and, like, there is, like, these two, like, worlds. There's, like, people where humans live, and then there's Prithian where, fairies live. And, like, one day, Farah was out hunting because, like, her family is poor because they lost, like, their house, and her father made all these bad investments, and, like, she has to take care of them because she made this promise to her mother, and she is in the woods and she kills a fairy, and, like, and but she thinks it's, like, a wolf. So, and apparently killing a fairy is against the law. So, like, and so this is, like, what happens. So she's like, she killed this fairy, and, like, she lives with her sisters and her father, and, like, her sisters are very not like her at all. They're just, like, they don't really help around the house, and they just don't really help her out, and she really loves painting and all this stuff. And then one day, as they're, like, in the house, a fairy comes in and tells Farah that she has to live with him because, like, she killed a fairy, and and it's against the law, so she has to go, and he doesn't treat her like a prisoner. And it's just, I love all these characters. They're just so good. So the wolf that took Farah is Tamlin, and I love Tamlin so much. I ship them so much together. Like, it's just so, they're just so good together. Like, I love them. And, so, like, she's not really happy to be there. She's trying to get out of this treaty, and, like, she catches a saber. She almost gets killed by Naga, and, like, and then there's this other character, Lucian, who I love also. He kind of, like, reminds me of, like, Kenji from Shatter Me, and, like, he, like, but, like, and him and Farrah, like, they butt heads, like, a lot, and it's just so funny. And it's like, and there's, like, this scene, like, she's like, they're like, you don't want to wear dresses, and, like, Tamlin said, like, yeah, it would be easier for her to kill us in pants. And I thought it was so funny. I love all these scenes, like, with them, like, eating dinner together. It's, like, so funny. And so Farrah is, like, trying to get out of this treaty, and, like, so but she catches the Sabriel, and he tells her that it'd be safer for her to be with Tamlin, and she starts to, like, accept this, and, like, all this stuff happens. So there was this blight that, like, caused this problem where they have, like, these masks on their face, which is kind of like the curse from Beauty and the Beast, where he's, like, stuck in beast form. But, like, with this, Tamlin and, like, the other fairies, like, they're not, like, stuck in, like, a beast form. Like, he becomes, like, human. I say this in quotes. Like, he can go in and out, and it's, like, really interesting and cool, and I love the story because it's just so beautiful, and it's beautifully written. Like, I love J Maas's writing. It's just so beautiful. And like they her and Tamlin start to get along like a lot more, and like they have like this friendship, and like he shows her like the garden and the roses and like this lake, and then they end up like swimming together, and it's like so funny. And like and there was this party like that they were hosting, and it was like something to do like with like mating, or like I don't know, like, and like apparently like if you have like a mate, it's like stronger than marriage, and like it's like marriage would be like an insult, and it's like really interesting, and like I I just and then so she goes to this party, which she wasn't supposed to go because it was like dangerous, because she's human and they're like fae, and like they probably want to kill her or eat her, like, or something like that. And like then this guy like saves her, and like I totally knew that this would be reasoned, like just by the description, because everyone talks about reason. And like later in the book, like when like he comes to like visit Tamlin, like she's like, yeah, that's the guy I met on that night. And like then Lucian like sees Farah, and he's like, he drags her away, and he's like, are you crazy? Like, you can't be here. Like Tamlin will be like so engrossed by the magic that he'll like want like to have sex with you, apparently. And so Tamlin finds Farah, and he ends up biting her, and like the next day Lucian is like, why do you have that bruise on your neck? And she's like, ask Tamlin, and he's like, I bit her. Like, funny. And then like bad stuff starts going down. Like she's like falling for Tamlin, and then all these like, because like this blight is like getting stronger, and there was this fairy that was like sent in a dead like, and like there was a dead fairy that was like sent, and then there was a fairy that she took off his wings, and this she is like fucking crazy. Like she is freaking crazy, like this queen. And I just like hate her. And she was crazy, and she took off this fairy's wings, and he like, Tamlin is like, why you say you hate our kind, but then, and she's like, he didn't deserve to die alone. And it was just like so beautiful. And like I love, like Farah like is starting to feel bad for what she did to Andress, and like it's like so like, I just love this book so much. And then like stuff goes down. So Reason ends up visiting Tamlin, and like Tamlin and Reason hate each other, actually, like because he's the, I think, the High Lord of the Night Court, I think, and Tamlin is the High Lord of the Spring Court. And like all, I'm gonna backtrack for like a few seconds, because like all this stuff with Lucian, because he has like one metal eye, and apparently this queen took his other eye. She's freaking crazy. And when Lucian fell in love with someone that his father did not approve of, he killed her in front of him. And his brothers are freaking crazy also. Like they're just like freaking psycho. And all this stuff is like, and then when Reason comes to visit, and like Lucian has to like shield her, and like so he doesn't see her, but then he sees her, and like it's just like crazy. And then Tamlin's like, yeah, I have to send you away back home, and like she doesn't want to, because she wants to protect him, and but she can't, because she's like human, and like he doesn't think that she can handle it, and like so they end up having sex, and it was like so good. Like I loved it. It was so like I have no words. And then he sends her away, and like he says I love you, and she doesn't say it back, and I just like cried because like after what like happened, like she could have like saved it, and like oh, it's like so bad. So she goes back home, and they have like their money back again, and like one of her sisters who doesn't really like, she's like not very like kind, but she knows like what happened because the others had like this like they like Tamlin like did something to their mind, so like they don't remember what happened, but the other sister does remember, and she's like, you need to go to him, and like so she ends up going back to Tamlin, and then something bad happens. Like this freaking crazy ass queen like takes Tamlin because like it's been like there was this curse that she put on Tamlin, and she took away like most of like a lot of people's magic, and like it could have been saved like if Tamlin could find a human who killed one of his men and have her love him to marry him, then the curse would have been broken, like these masks would have come off, and then but she didn't say it back when he said it. It was because she knew that he's it's just so bad. So she ends up having to go to this woman, and she's freaking crazy. So she's like, if you pass like these 3 tasks, I will take the curse off. And then she gives her this riddle, and like she does like these tasks, and like Lucian is being punished, and I'm just like, I feel so bad for him. And then Tamlin is like under her like guard, and Reason ends up, she has to make this deal with Reason because she like was like almost dying, and and then she ends up having this like tattoo on her arm, and she has to stay with him for like 1 week every month, and like it's like he's like an interesting character. Like I hate him and like him at the same time. Like when I first met him, I thought he was a complete asshole, like, but as like time went on, like he's like he seems very lonely, and like at the end, like I'm not even gonna go there yet, but I feel like something happened, like, but like he just like vanished after, and then she has to do like these tasks for her, and like she almost dies in like half of them, and like she like there was this worm, and it reminded me of like that SpongeBob episode with the worm, and like I'm just like I couldn't stop thinking about that, and like then there was the riddle, and she's illiterate, so she's gonna die, I'm thinking, like because she can't read, so and the last task was probably the worst, and I literally was sobbing while reading this. And like she had to kill these fairies, and she didn't want to kill them because like, and it was with Ash, so yeah. And so she ends up having to kill these 2 fairies, and she just like feels so terrible after killing these fairies, even though she doesn't know it. And the last one was Tamlin, and I'm just like, what the hell? This is so fucked up, because like you can't kill Tamlin because you're trying to save Tamlin. And then she's like thinking over, like, because like people would say like his heart is stone, so his heart is actually stone, so she stabs him, but it doesn't kill him, and like she then figures out the riddle is like love, and like she's like saying, say you don't love him, say, and like she's like killing Farrah as like she figures this out, and like all these people are like going around her like to save her, and she becomes high fae, and just like, what the hell just happened? And then Tamlin ends up killing this woman, and I'm just like, yeah, you go Tamlin. Like, I love you. Like, and it was just so good. And in the end, she was talking to Reasoned, and he's like, she feels bad for killing like these fae, and like she doesn't, and like he's saying like be grateful that you have your human heart still, and like because not a lot of people have it. And I thought that was like really beautiful. And like the last part when he like looks at her and like he like, and then but he just vanishes, and I don't know what he did, he thought or saw or whatever. And like they go back home, and it's just like, it was so good. And I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye guys.